the cancer needs to be eradicated, and the cancer is the upper echelons of every one of these damn government agencies.
Yes.
They're embedded. Those career ones are embedded in there. They do whatever the hell they want to. They got their ass kissers and followers that, do every little thing and cover their asses and the whole 9 yards, but yet there's no freaking leadership. And we need leaders in there.
This story right here, I think we should finish on this story just to give an idea of how crazy it is. Project, you came across this. Was this shared to you, Jody? Jody, did you share this with us?
No. Project got that.
Project.
I got this one on my own, doing a little bit of research. And I'll go ahead and read it. But I'll tell you the gist of it first, and then I'll read it. The gist of it is Congress authorized incentives or bonus pay specifically to positions that require a lot, like extra effort, or that they're having a hard time filling the positions, or like if the private sector pays significantly more than what the government side would, to try to even it out. So that's what Congress authorized. And what these people did, specifically Jessica Bongiorno.
Oh, say it isn't so, Project.
Oh yeah. Specifically Jessica Bongiorni, I'm sorry. She took that incentive, and instead of doing it for what Congress wanted, she gave bonuses to herself and all of the upper management staff within the VA.
Yep.
Blanket bonuses for people that already are making, I didn't share this, but Jody shared me the salary for this woman. It's over $200,000 a year already as the base salary. And now she added another, this incentive that they offers up to 25% of their base salary as a bonus. So that's another $25,000. So right there, I mean, it's just ridiculous. And it added up to $10 million of waste that they were improperly pillaging for themselves.
Yep.
And anybody got to say anything before I start reading it?
No, it's so disgusting. I couldn't believe when you found this. It's a great find by you, Project. That's why you should give Project a follow on X, because he digs deep and he finds, I mean, and it ties into you, Jody, specifically, because you know this person and what they did here. No, go ahead, man.
All right. On September 13th, 2023, VA Secretary Dennis R. McDonough was alerted by the Assistant Secretary for Management and Chief Financial Officer, CFO, John Richowski, that the Office of Management had detected unusual payment activity relating to senior executives. The preliminary data provided to Secretary McDonough by Mr. Richowski indicated that the VA had paid 367 senior executives more than $19 million over 2 pay periods in September, with another 21 remaining to be processed. About 75% of VA's entire senior executive staff. Mr. Richowski identified these payments as critical skill incentives, which that's what I was talking about Congress authorized. CSIs are a type of recruitment and retention incentive pay newly authorized for VA by Congress under the PACT Act, which dramatically expanded access to VA healthcare and benefits for millions of veterans exposed to toxic substances. In anticipation of a significant increase in new healthcare enrollments and benefit claims, The PACT Act included CSIs as a tool to enhance VA's ability to meet the projected staffing requirements. CSIs are available to an employee who possesses a high-demand skill or skill that is at shortage at a rate of up to 25% of base pay. VA's first CSIs were approved in March 2023 for human resource specialists to support increased hiring. In the days following the CFO's disclosure to the Secretary on September 13th, more data was gathered to confirm details regarding the CSIs and determine next steps. On September 22nd, VA provided a statement to members of Congress, 16 veteran organizations, and others indicating that the Veterans Health Administration, VHA, which that's where you work, Jody, right? The VHA?
Yep.
Okay. And Veterans Benefits Administration, VBA, had awarded CSIs to nearly all of their respective senior executives.
They are just that good. I mean, just look at any VA facility. It shows it's excellence. That's what they'll tell you, and that's what they'll show you on some freaking PowerPoint slide. But in reality, garbage. Sorry for interrupting.
No, it blows my mind.
I was going to say I'm getting to that, but go ahead.
Well, I was just saying it blows my mind that here we're like, okay, let's get some skilled labor in here, and so they give them this money to get skilled labor, and it doesn't go to any skilled labor; it just goes to everyone already working. It's like, hey, you know what? I am skilled. I'm gonna. That's gross. It's gross.
This statement reported that the CSIs included payments reportedly totaling $9.7 million to 107 senior executives assigned to headquarters functions at the VA Central Office, VACO. VA also indicated that these payments to senior executives would be canceled because VA had made a policy error. And policy error, that's a little bit of an understatement. Was overly broad in the way it implemented and executed this authority. VA did not cancel the approximately 200 CSI awards made to field executives, that is, senior executives based outside of headquarters, including regional offices, district directors in VBA, as well as medical center directors and Veterans Integrated Service Network directors in VHA. That same day, Secretary McDonough also notified VA Inspector General Michael Missel of the cancellations and requested that the VA Office of Inspector General, OIG, review the facts and circumstances surrounding the issuance of the CSIs. A few days later, the chairman and ranking member of the House and Senate Committees on Veteran Affairs responded to VA's statement. They stated that using incentives to boost pay of senior executives at VA rather than bolster staffing for critical shortage positions requiring highly skilled individuals was contrary to congressional intent. They also supported the Secretary's request for the OIG to conduct a full review. The OIG initiated its oversight work on September 28, 2023 to examine VA's compliance with law and policy in the issuance of CSIs to VACO's senior executives at the VHA and VBA. The investigation also included determining the rationale for the CSI payments and the chronology of decisions by the individuals accountable for implementing the incentives that VA subsequently determined were improper. During the investigation, OIG staff also received information through interviews and document reviews regarding the subsequent cancellations and announced recoup of the payments And this feedback is briefly summarized in this report because the recoupment is ongoing and its impact is not fully realized. Okay, so that's not really too important.
I mean, just she accused
we
you
don't have
of
to
being
read that
mean
part.
She accused you of being mean on Twitter, and then went around and stole everyone's incentive pay.
Yes.
So
Yes,
I mean
stole money.
Yeah, stole money. Did she get fired? I mean, she's still working there?
Yeah.
Still working there.
Yeah.
You're kidding me. You're kidding me.
I was hoping she was going to come on.
We invited her.
Full transparency. I did email both of them, Bonjourni and the other one. I emailed both of them and offered to either, if they gave me a statement, I would read it, or I offered to let them come up on panel and tell their side of the story, but neither one of them responded back.
Yeah,
cowards.
Cowards.
Yep.
Actually, pieces of shit is what they are. Leftist shit, actually, to be more precise.
This is the important part here. In March of 2023, Undersecretary for Health, Sharif, I'm going to butcher that, announced at a conference attended by many VHA senior executives that field executives, VISN directors, and medical center directors would be receiving CSIs at 25% of base pay across the board. This was a surprise. Did somebody say something?
Nope.
Okay. This was a surprise to Dr. Annahal's Human Resources team, as he had approved in a signed memorandum the previous day a two-tiered approach, 25% CSIs for VISN directors and 20% CSI for medical center directors, and not a flat 25% to all. That same day, VHA Human Resources staff changed Dr. Annahal's approval memorandum to reflect his conference statement to authorize a CSI of 25% across the board. So she actually changed it from what he approved.
She's just
That's how I read that.
She's just that good, I'll tell you guys.
Shortly after the conference, VHA's senior human capital management executive, Jessica Bonjourni, there's your favorite lady, and her team discussed with Dr. Annahal the possibility of also awarding CSIs to VACO senior executives. When Undersecretary for Benefits Joshua Jacobs learned that VHA was planning to pay CSIs to both field and VACO senior executives, he also began discussing whether VBA should do the same. The Deputy Undersecretary for Benefits, Michael Fruth, commented in mid-April, "I do not like the optics of paying executives because it will add up to a number that the public Congress will question. Despite this concern, VBA moved forward with plans to paralleled the VHA proposal to pay CSIs to its senior executives." So they even sat there and had a discussion. Oh man, this isn't going to look good. The optics are going to be bad. People are going to know we're stealing. And they decided to do it anyway.
Jody Thomas with a comment.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no!
If I had somebody else's shit, I'd be breaking it right now. But I'm too broke. I'm too broke now to break my own shit. So
this has got to piss you off, man. It pisses me off.
It's horrible. Man. I mean, we saw executives do this in corporations for years. For decades, corporations have done this, and we thought at least our public services and government bureaucracies, which are taking care of the people that served us most, aren't doing this. And not only are they doing this, but they're doing it out in the open. It's like, I don't like, this. You know what, John? I agree. It doesn't look very good, but I think we're going to do it. Just do it anyway.
I mean, okay. So here's a I almost dropped the F-bomb. I'm not going to. Damn it! I will not drop the F-bomb. I will not drop the F-bomb. Why is that individual still employed? I wonder.
Well, and this is the beauty
of the same thing.
This is the beauty,
especially because I have another article about that you sent me from PJ Media about how she lied, allegedly lied on her resume to get hired.
Yeah, and those articles also talk about her listening sessions a little bit too.
Well, welcome to the government, and this is hopefully going to stop with Trump. This is, and the only way people find out about this is, clip this little section and send it to Elon, who's running Doge. Clip this and send it to your senator. Clip this and send this to as many people as you can.
Junior, Vivek, all your congressmen.
Yes, this is crazy stuff, and they've got so much of this. Every department in the government is full of this crap, and so I'm sure it's an overwhelming task, but if we can help point out people, I think let's do that. Let's help show these people who they are.
And now let's not forget, the VA is what, 450,000 employees? That makes me want to vomit too. I'm only one. How many others is some of the similar type bullshit happening to, and they're just broken mentally and don't want to talk about it because they're ashamed of it or whatever the bullshit case may be. There's no telling how many people out there are similarly situated as I am.
Well, and that's just it. I mean, anger is, like I said, it's a secondary emotion. And after the anger has subsided, we got to get down to the root of this stuff. And we have never had the opportunity more in our life to broadcast these people for what they've done. And so, and that's the beauty of X, is we have this opportunity. Our forefathers didn't have this opportunity. Our grandparents didn't have this opportunity. A lot of them had to sit there and just take it and watch it happen, but not anymore, and people like you, Jody, that have the courage. Like, I understand the trauma of dealing with the abuse of government. And it, like you said, some people are severely embarrassed. Do they sit there in that corner and think, man, maybe I shouldn't have tweeted that, it was sort of dumb? And no, man, like, it was your right to, as an American, to participate in American activities outside of work. And the fact that it was used as a targeting tool to ruin your life and make your family have to deal with this, there needs to be accountability. And I think this is, supposedly Tuesday, we're supposed to get the JFK files. This is a government that is claiming accountability at all areas. And someone has to point them to the VA, and there has to be accountability there.
I'm not going to read the whole article because it's like 100 pages long, or the whole report. I'm sorry, not article, the report. But I'll post it. I tell you what, I'll post it on my X so you guys can read it yourself. But that's mainly the big thing I wanted to show. And also, when the investigators went in after the fact to question them about, okay, well, why were these people awarded this? Why did you think they qualified? Then they had nothing. They couldn't come up with anything to why they would qualify. So as a result, the Inspector General is making them all pay that money back. It's clawing that money back through collections. So and then now they're bitching. One of the things also is now they're bitching that it's causing hardships that they have to pay this money back that they didn't earn.
Hey, I've got something to counter that bullshit. Okay, as a service-connected disabled veteran, utilizing some of my benefits, I'm talking about my GI Bill here. I received an overpayment. I forgot what it was. I think I dropped a class or something. It was about $3,000 or something. They certainly didn't give a rat's ass about yanking that out of my disability check, you know? So why should I or any taxpayer, anybody else, give a rat's ass about some pathetic piece of shit government senior executive who was paid erroneously and wrongfully? They got to pay it back in a lump sum.
Accidentally.
And they're making a couple of $100,000 a year, probably, or close to it.
Exactly. And it wasn't just that they were paid accidentally, they paid themselves erroneously. So they only had their own fault to blame.
Yeah. And now they want some sympathy. Oh, it's going to hurt me. Shit, how many months have I been out now at $6,050 a month? What does that come to? About 3. I'm coming up on 3 years since I departed.
Jody, I mean, thank you so much
Oh, no
for
problem,
coming
brother.
on.